Hello and welcome to Train Sim World 3, where today we are going to be taking the Class 37 all the way from Leicester on the Midland main line to Derby, and as you can see it's dragging a Class 375 in the white Southeastern livery. So this is taking it up to Derby to be refurbished into the classic blue livery, and yeah, hopefully you enjoy this one. If you do, why don't you hit that like button and also subscribe, and let's see if we can get all three 37s in one shot here, because there's a number of them. It's quite funny to see. Well, we'll ignore the fact that it's two 37 800s because it doesn't feel quite legit, but we'll go with it. I think we got one just about a picture maybe, and we'll see how that comes out. You know, if you're watching this video, you've probably clicked on something that has these three Class 37s in, and as we start to accelerate up, and the 375 dragged behind it. Let's pick up the speed. We're permitted to get up to 35. Let's give it a full thrash. There we go. Just ease off now as we're up to 35, and we'll clear the 50 very shortly. Can we turn the GSMR on? Nope, doesn't seem to work on the 37. That's a shame. Right, we can get a bit more thrash on the go as we can head up to 50 now. And we've got a pretty straight run. So we'll be heading from Leicester all the way down here where we started, up and to the left of the Y to Derby. So should be a really quite nice run actually. I'm looking forward to it. Obviously we first saw the introduction of the RAG Class 37 as we've got another 43 coming in the opposite direction there. It's nice to see. Yeah, we first saw the RAG 37 first introduced as an add-on for Southeastern high speed. I'm absolutely thrilled that this has been used on Midland mainline, because it continues that story that you know, it was very much centered around on Southeastern high speed in terms of the white 375 that we can see being dragged behind us all the way up to Derby, where it would get refurbed, so interior, exterior, and then taken back down to the southeast. Yeah, I'm glad that they've continued it. Let's just come off the throttle here. We need to be cruising along at 65. So yeah, I'm really pleased that they have used this. Let's just go down to on, mate. Slight application of brakes, and we'll release them off. Just get our speed back under control. So there are 4 services included in this route with the 37. Obviously the one that we're doing at the moment with our white 375 behind us. There is another service with also, I think it's a white 375, but later on in the evening. There are also a couple of other drags, one with a Southern 377 and also a Gatwick Express 387. So I'm really thrilled that they've I'm not sure why we were getting AWS there. I think that's one of the bugs. We'll ignore that. So yes, so it was great to see that the other Electro Stars are also being utilised in the part of the drags. I think it just adds, you know, an additional bit of variety to this route, which I'm certainly all for. It's, you know, really nice to see, and it's always nice to drive a 37. It's fair to say. So we're doing pretty well so far. looks like we may... So there's a bug at the moment with the AWS where it's picking up AWS warnings where the lines are bi-directional, and certainly this line is, and that's why we got an AWS warning, especially as we know the future signal based on the HUD is amber. So we'll ignore that for now. The other thing to mention, obviously, is the special part of this this 37 is the translator. So when you... Okay, so now we've just got some kind of warning there. I think that was for the probably the 50, I'd imagine. It's just come off the throttle there. So as I was talking about the translator, you can see up here. This does the translation to the Electrostar's braking systems. So obviously you'd be sort of familiar with the 377, 375, etc. It'll have the step 1, 2, and 3. We have come down a little bit too much there. That's fine. We're still permitted to get up to 50. Although I'm not sure why I'm getting told off for doing 20 here. I'm going to ignore that because we're back up to 50. So let's get back on the throttle. Let's do a bit of a thrash, shall we? Get back up to the magic 50. There we go, picking up speed nicely, and we'll be going into 65 as well. So obviously now we're back on dual running, dual track, obviously on the slow line. Actually, we can keep going. Now we're into 65. It's great to see, you know, a bit of variety on this route. Certainly, it's not without its flaws and its bugs, but hopefully Skyhook Games take the opportunity to make this a fantastic route. Really do hope that. As up ahead we can see we've got a single yellow. We'll stick it in, keep in step 1 for now. We must be following something in front of us, perhaps. Let's see if we can find it. Don't seem to see anything in front of us, but yeah, never know. Okay, we'll cruise along at about 30, and obviously we can be prepared to stop as and when we come upon the next signal. We'll keep the throttle on for a little bit now, just keep us around this sort of speed. But the 37 does look absolutely glorious. Look at it, beautiful, beautiful. I think this might be our thumbnail. Actually, well, no, I want to get it with the other 37s. I think they will look good, but just have to admire the livery. It's really striking. Right, let's get back to actually driving this properly. We can't see our next signal yet. Get the windows open for a bit of the ambient sound. Our next go via location will be East Midlands Parkway. So we can see we are being held at the red there. Keep the brakes on, I think, for now. As we roll through this station. And now we get the green light. That was that gives us an opportunity to give it full wings and listen to that 37. There we go, picking up some speed now. Okay, so I think what we were probably happening there is we were being held to get the path. Obviously, we were taking the junction there, although there was no indication that we were taking that set of points there. So that's interesting. But now on the high speed, let's shut those up. Because now we're on the high speed, we will, I don't know, what's the max speed of this 37 are we allowed to go to? It normally says somewhere. But we're permitted to get up to 100 on the HUD, which I'm not sure you'd necessarily be doing 100 in the 37. Let's see how fast we can get it up to. As we go past some kind of industrial with some freight wagons there on our left. Picking up speed quite nicely here, the acceleration is good. Seen too many other trains along the way, and I think that's part of what could make this route so much better is the busyness that you'd expect. Hopefully that will get addressed. I'm really hopeful that is sooner rather than later. Because this could be a fantastic route. I have thoroughly enjoyed playing it. Without, putting aside its quirks. Up to 75 now. I'm still rising. Nice. Beautiful. We've just come off the power there. Since we hit a double yellow there. Probably needs to go a little bit more given we were doing about 80. We're going to be held somewhere again, I reckon. What's the next signal up? It's going to be a... Yep, it's a single yellow, so we'll continue with this break-in for now. We'll go back to get another AWS warning. There we go. We'll acknowledge that. Keep it in initial application for now, and again, like we did just a minute ago, We'll roll along around 30, 35. It gives us plenty of time to stop if we need to. I think that's green ahead. We'll wait to get a little bit closer to say for sure, certain. But this is Loughborough. Yeah, that's definitely a green. So let's put the hammer down. I think we're going to probably be held a couple of times along the route. I guess given this, I don't see anything in front of us. No, I definitely don't see anything in front of us, so who knows? Except that we're being given the feather here, which makes me think we're going to be going across any second now. So what is the... Yeah, I thought as much. Slow this down. There we go. We're going across. It's pathing us all over the place at the moment. A bit on the high speed, a bit on the slow. It's a bit of a interesting path, I have to say. We can get up to 40. Let's give it a full beans. And then we're going to have an invisible sign for a 75. Nice. Yeah, some really interesting pathing. We're being started on the slow, then went on to the fast lines, and now back onto the slow for what appears to be no real reason. But hey, who am I to judge why? A very interesting pathing. Go. We can make our way up to 75 again. Hopefully. Just check. There wasn't a. Yeah, there wasn't a train in Loughborough, which could have been using that platform, I suppose, but just check I didn't miss anything. Could have been the reason why, but it doesn't look like it. How very odd. Not sure what was going on there. Hopefully we've now got a nice clear run, certainly up to East Midlands Parkway before we take the Y. So I'm calling it the Y, it's the junction. Just come back off the throttle now, just keep it cruising along at around 75. Look at it, beautiful. Certainly that livery is something special. It's alright, we're still on the greens for now. Hopefully we don't hit too many more adverse signals. Obviously the missing, the big missing layer off here is any type of freight. So I sincerely hope we get some freight layers onto the Midland main line sooner rather than later, and it will make it feel a little bit more busy. That's what I want. It's what the fans want. It's what the community want. And hopefully, I think that's what Skyhut Gaming wants. But actually, to be fair, it's nice to see that they have acknowledged some of the issues and that they are working hard to fix them. So, you know, credit where it's due. Just ease back a little bit, we're slightly speeding. Just a dab of initial. Get our speed back to where it should be. As you can see, we've got a double yellow coming up. So we'll hit initial and we'll acknowledge AWS and we'll start to slow. I suspect this is slowing us down, a bit of approach control for the junction. Oh, it looks like we're going to get AWS twice here. I guess the first time was for... Yeah, I guess the first time would have been perhaps for the speed limit. Although I didn't see a speed board. Classic. We're doing 33 here, that's plenty fast enough. We can just roll in here. Yeah, 30 seems pretty good speed to roll up to our next signal. Brakes pretty good on this 37 when it's hauling a 375. Where is our next signal? I guess it's gonna be... Yeah, you can see it just in the distance there. I guess that's the signal that we'll be aiming for. As we've got Ratcliffe Power Station on our right hand side. It's pretty impressive. Get a little bit harder on the brakes here. Yep, we're definitely being held here at the moment. We'll just edge up. There we go, we've got good sight. Oh, that's weird that both sides have gone... There is something extremely odd going on with this signalling on this route. But it... Yeah, it gave us... I've never seen that before. And we should be doing 15 here. There we go. Managed to save it just about in time. Once we've cleared it, we'll be straight into a 90, so... As we take the set of points just outside of East Midlands Parkway. And we'll be going up to 90 now, so... There we go. as we head through the tunnel here. Pretty impressive tunnel. I'm not sure what's going on with the light here. I think that's our adaptation not working quite correctly. And will we clip through? Yo, it's very close. Oh, I pressed it. I really did press it. Yep, there we go. I've managed to trip AWS. I'm sure I pressed it. Wonderful. Can I clear it? Come on, let me clear. We might have to wait for a bit of a time delay. Come on, clear. No. Throttle's off. There we go. Pressure's coming back to us. If in doubt, put it into engine only. Now let's just get the brakes and the pressure back down, and we can get going again. So that's AWS definitely working there. Go, wait for the pressures come down. Put the throttle on. There we go. Build up the power and away we can go. So that's yeah, definitely working very well. Although we're going to get a single yellow here, so let's not go too crazy. We'll acknowledge AWS this time. There's some strange behaviour going on with the signals here. We're going to be looking to come to a halt again by the looks of it. Don't see the red yet. So as we come round, can we see it as we come around the bend here? Nope, not quite yet. Anytime now. Where is it? There it is. We'll hit the AWS. We'll acknowledge that. We were being held here for some reason. Okay, what are we waiting for, I wonder? Ah, we've got what appears to be another something in front of us. Let's fly up ahead and let's have a look, see what it is. We've got a 158 just leaving the station. It's nice to see. That's pretty cool. We're being obviously held while that clears the next block. We will need to be conscious of that now, as obviously we head into Derby. We may be held up by it stopping at any other, any other stations along the way. So that's nice. I like that. Oh no! Play with the brake pen. Right. Let's release those brakes. We do have the single yellow. There we go. And we'll be won't be too aggressive on the power, given that we're under single yellow. We'll go about halfway, half power, and we'll get to about 30 again, and we can just cruise about 30-35. Should be sufficient. So we can see, nope, we can't see the next signal. Not yet, anyway. I'm sure as we come around the curve here, it should become visible. Maybe. There it is. We can see single yellow. So we'll just keep the power on for now. And it's gone green, so let's open her up. So we've just got 7 miles to go until Derby now. So hopefully we have quite a nice clear run. It's nice to have been held at various points and not just a completely straight green run all the way from Leicester to Derby. Gives us something to think about and drive to signals. It's quite nice. There we go, picking up speed quite nicely here. We're permitted to get all the way up to 80. Let's see if we can do it. Let's do a bit of a flyby shot if we can find a good location. Seems as good as any. Let's watch this 37 go. Oh, almost up to 70. So we're really cruising along nicely, and we can get up to 100. So I'm not sure this 37 will get up to 100, but we'll see. Five miles. That 158 that was in front of us really has picked up the pace. That's almost at Derby, and we're still a good 4.4 miles out, so it's definitely got better acceleration than us, although, looks of it, we're going to be hitting a double yellow. As he says that, as we got no power? Here we go, come on. So went yellow, double yellow on us. I didn't think we were that close to anything in front of us, actually. But perhaps maybe actually the signals are they are spread out actually quite far, to be fair. There we go, we're still on the greens. Cruise along around 80, I think is quite a nice speed. I don't think we're going to get too much faster. And we've got an 85 coming up anyway. We can see just that, even though that says 100, and now it goes down to 85. It's not exactly the clearest, is it? We got up to 83. I don't think that's too bad at all. Oh, it's nice to see a warning board. You don't see too many of those around, sadly, on this route. But we should be slowing anyway as we come into Derby. Just keep it in initial application to start with, step 1. You can see we've got a double yellow ahead anyway. There we go. And we've got another warning for 30 anyway, so we're coming down quite nicely anyway. Initial application's doing its job quite nicely. And we're going to have a single yellow as well. So probably a little bit more braking here. And we'll just roll along around 30. I think that's pretty good. Actually, we do have, is that for us? I'm trying to spot which, yeah, we've got a, we do have a red just ahead in front of us. Nice to see a 158 in Etches Park. I'd love to see Etches Park busier, really would. We've got some Mark 3s as well on the left hand side there. Pretty cool to see. That is well and truly hidden in a bush, that signal, almost. There we go. Good place to stop for me. Get a good look at those two A coaches. Pretty cool. What we were waiting on to get the path into Derby. We need to wait for this 158 to clear before we can, I guess, enter. Are we going to be waiting a while? Perhaps. Don't know. That will be dropping off there. Let's fly on up here. Let's see. Ooh, one half of a 158 there. You can see the 158 that we're waiting on to clear. And that will be, oh, that'll be for another minute and a half or so before we can, before that will be leaving. Pretty nice. Derby is pretty empty though, I have to say. And that will be our stopping location just here. The station certainly isn't split, is it? No, not in terms of its signalling. The only thing we can do is contact the signaller. Nope. It really does want us to wait for that 158 to clear out of Derby. That's a shame. We could be waiting a little while, a minute. Got a 158 here split. Running. Running. I don't think... See, it wouldn't be running in real life. Not a split train like that. You wouldn't imagine. How good does this look, mind? It's really very cool. And obviously, the 375 in its old white livery. I love that they've also updated the interior as well. Not in service. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I like it. Has that 158 left us yet? It should be going. It's still not been given the path yet. You're supposed to be leaving. Why aren't you not... Come on, Derby? Well, yep. Duffield? Yep. Belport? Yep. Ambergate? Yep. Oh. Okay. Not quite sure what happened there. Come on. We just want you to go now. You do know you're holding up the end of this video. Wouldn't be too much to just shut your doors and kindly depart. There we go. Thank you, driver. Well, actually, we'll sit here and watch the 158 leave. What? Why is it just open again and all the passengers are getting off? It's been given the path. Okay. Well, we've got all of the passengers under the sun getting off. Okay. This is a bit of an interesting behaviour on this one. As you see, this probably highlights some of the oddness that goes on with this route. We have the doors shut and then open again, and then all the passengers under the sun get off. Can you just depart now, please? That would be... oh, there we go. Right, doors are going again. Let's plonk ourselves just about here. There we go. They do sound good, those 158s. I'll have to give them that. Right, now we've been given the path, albeit under the double dots. I don't know what you call this signal, but it's green and doesn't feel like an appropriate signal. It should just be a green aspect. At least we're moving. Certainly made this video a little bit longer than I expected. I'm not sure what we just got that AWS warning for, but we'll roll with it. There we go. And we're going to stop really quite short of the station here. Unless we're going to have a driver change, perhaps we'll go with a driver change. And now, out of just nowhere, of course it starts raining. We'll just go full service there. Although, yeah, well, well on. There we go. That completes the objective. And what did we end up with? Of course, it's a gold. If you've enjoyed this one, why don't you hit that like button and also subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye for now.